and welcome to another study where I say wrote with me video. I say another. I have filmed one of these, I just haven't got around to editing it because it was like over the Christmas break and that was really intense, so there is a lot of it. I just haven't had the time to do it. So this is it's like, let's say it's like a 24-hour essay wrote with me. I have an essay due tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Currently it is 10 AM. It's only 2,000 words, which is really good. So I'm like worryingly chill about this. I've got 1,200. I haven't added quotes from essays and I haven't added much of my primary source material. And I don't have a bibliography and I don't have footnotes. So again, it's gonna be Emma's chronic overwriting problem. I've got like my introduction done and like my context that you kind of feel like I can't write about it without explaining the context. But maybe that's because I'm overcompensating because it's about samba, so I don't really know anything about it. The module is topics in Afro-Brazilian culture. I take Complet, that's my undergrad. Complet is quite Eurocentric and like post-colonial. We don't do that much South American stuff, so I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing. It's like how the Vargas regime co-opted samba and like Afro-Brazilian culture, international identity, and did erase it by doing that and la la. I do get it, but like I'm worried. Part of me is like, I'm putting this off because I'm worried that I'm missing something, but I'm just really chill about this. Take this video as in everything you should not do. I have this essay due tomorrow and I just haven't. It's gonna be fine, but do not do anything that I'm going to do. You should all have finished this essay 3 days ago. I'm just kind of feel like, be fine. And I've got like 600 words of it done. I'm really so unbothered about this. Only 2,000 words. Can't believe how much stress I would like feel about the 2,000 word essay in first years. Now I'm just kind of like, hi, I'll be fine. From the last essay writing vlog, I put so much work and so much effort and I tried so hard and then it still was like, meh, you're mediocre. So I was like, oh, fuck that. It's not worth getting that worked up over because clearly I'm screwed anyway. Be fine, be fine. I watered my plants and now the Sunday thing. Said how I tidied up the kitchen. Oh, this is so amazing. Oh, my dad's gonna watch this going like, oh my god, transformation. Bastion and Melody chilling. Yeah. It's not windy, which is why they're on the window ledge. Even if they fell, you're not allowed to walk where they would fall. So I've got no chance of like killing someone. Safety disclaimer, health safety first, kids. Oh, and look at Andy, he's so glowing. Baby, you're glowing, yeah. Freaking love lights. I'm gonna make some pasta because it's 10. Got 30 hours to do this. I just think if I have a bit of pasta, then like I'm fueled for the day. I also don't have any like appropriate breakfast foods. I'm really trying very hard not to have sugary breakfast foods. It's gonna be fine. This is just, as far as my education goes, the worst bit. I feel like my GCSEs and A-levels were still worse though. I didn't get to swan around my house in my dressing gown, making food and sitting and writing essays. And yes, this is 2-day-old makeup. I got a little bit sunburnt the other day. Also yes, in February it is so unseasonably warm that yes, you should all be worried about climate change. I can't enjoy this good weather because I am fucking scared. Just to remind you, while you're enjoying the sun, that the planet is dying. Thank you, please carry on with your day. Pasta time! Student fuel, so this is just black coffee. This is 600 milliliters and it's got a Baroque in it because today, well, I swapped dressing gowns. Today is gonna be a tiring day. My brain is gonna be like by the end of it. Well, it should be. That's what I know I'm supposed to be feeling, but then what I'm actually feeling is like, meh. I'm aware my outfit isn't great, but I mean, did you watch this video? This is the pesto that I have today. It's the roasted pepper one. It's really, really nice actually. I have food, but I also have some reading. This is something from quite a while ago. It's from this module that I took on like ideas of nation. And nation building comes up quite a lot in this essay from 1930, so early 20th century. And you know, dictators did love their nation building. I'm going to go through this essay and see if there's any relevant stuff, lift it and put it in my essay. I say lift it, I mean quite obviously. Especially because one of the people I read, she mentions this essay right at the end of her essay. I know that she's read it. The quote my essay is based on, in terms of a question, is that essay, so that's quite useful. Go do this. So cue the time lapse. So I finished going through the Benedict Anderson essay about imagined communities. I've done the same with a different essay. So now I'm going to go through all of the things that I annotated of the reading that I did for this essay. And honestly, like the quickest way to do this, annotate it digitally. I've been doing this on the iPad, but you could obviously just do this on your laptop. Once you've annotated it and stuff, you have a digital searchable copy, and then you can basically like quickly go through, find what you wanted, copy and paste it into your essay, and I can look for exactly and only what I need and want. Because I've read a fair decent amount, so now I'm like, I just need to put that in my essay. Got what, 29 hours left? And I'm fed and watered and I have literally nothing that I could possibly procrastinate with. Mind me, I was just distracting myself with pointless videos about the Kardashians on YouTube. I'm really enjoying this essay. The fact that I'm enjoying it and the fact that I know I can do it means that I'm not working as hard as I would if it's something that I thought was more like labour intensive or whatever. So I'm like, get to work, Emma. What is wrong with you? I have 1,300 words. Like, 100 more than I told you I had earlier. I haven't written this essay in the way that I normally write essays because this isn't just literature, it's like culture, so I haven't really been able to use my essay sort of strategy and structure like I do, you know, my video that how to write an essay. And I'm struggling because obviously I've never done like history before. I've actually never ever studied history in a formal capacity, like never. I haven't even done history GCSE. It's quite bad, to be honest. I think maybe study it instead. Like I don't know what needs a reference and what doesn't. Does every single thing need a footnote? Can I just footnote one massive chunk? I don't know. Really enjoying this though. My introduction, now I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to go on to analyse. See, this is another thing. I've never had an essay fall so naturally into a structure that I haven't had to mind map it. It's only 2,000 words, but like I've never had that before. So I'm like, oh, don't know what I'm missing. In every other essay, when it's literature, I like to be original. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. But this, I feel like I cannot exercise any originality because I don't know enough extra context. It all seems pretty straightforward, and I feel like almost doing something original feels more like I'm just writing something that's wrong rather than I'm writing something that's like, you know? So I'm just like, I did get a term nationalist pedagogy in there, so. And quintessence, so something else. I mean, Ophelia tweeted me about quintessence of dust, which I believe is a Hamlet quote, so now I'm not very happy about it. Act 2, Scene 2. I tweeted her to shut up, so maybe, okay, good, at least I was right about that. Honestly, like, you study Hamlet once, it fucks you over. It comes up all the time. I feel like mainly because most of the people, some of my closest friends all studied English, so we make it come up the entire time, rather than Hamlet comes up the entire time, we make it come up the entire time. Why have I not written this essay yet? It's so hot today that I just feel like I just have to sit here and like soak up the vitamin D, as Andy here is doing. Here again because I put the washing on and the machine is just making so much noise. I'm now gonna do something a bit unorthodox, and I'm gonna order pizza in the middle of the day because I don't wanna leave, cannot be bothered. I'm really hungry as well, I'm fucking starving. I'm gonna work flat out until it arrives, and I can eat it, I will have a break. Whatever it takes to keep you motivated, do it. Is too much pizza for one person, and this, even though I said I'm not eating sugar, is my reward for finishing this essay. This is what I'm working towards, and then we're gonna see how much of this can I eat without it making me ill. I just watched a video on how the world is apparently running out of sand. Sitting at this desk is not being productive anymore. I think I'm gonna go like lie in my bed and focus. And I think I need to put a timer on as well, because otherwise I'm just not paying attention. Basically, I'm doing the bits that I find really difficult. I've almost gone through all of my secondary source material. I've got my primary source materials. I don't understand why I can't just bring myself to just finish it and be done with it. Like, why is it so hard for me to just do that? Like, what is wrong with me right now? Just get on with it, Emma. My desk. So I've got 2,000 words, like 800 of them, let's say, are submittable, because it's something that I don't know. How much do I need to put in that's like facts, history and stuff, and is this actually contributing to the point of my essay, which, to reiterate, is assessing the role played by samba, the musical genre samba, in the Vargas regime, which I guess everything that I'm saying is. But then there's the thing as well of like, it's co-option in order to erase racial identity, particularly obviously Afro-Brazilian, thus like blackness, and like saying that you're like having a racial, like making your national identity, but really your national identity is still pretty damn white. Even though you're like, oh, we're gonna export the idea of them a lot. I'm like, yeah, but people you're exporting is still pretty damn white. Like, and the whole point is that the pinnacle of this is you've got Carmen Miranda. She's born Portuguese, for God's sake. So you have a white woman that becomes like the symbol of Brazil and samba that they're exporting to Hollywood. So I'm like, did you see what this is flawed here? Brazil is like a cultural thing, but then they miss out the whole racial aspect that they hammer home so many times. They completely then like don't have that with her because she is Portuguese. I know it's probably Brazilians who are gonna like fight me on this and be like, but she's Brazilian. Yeah, no, she came to Brazil when she was 10, but the point is genetically she doesn't represent the Brazil that Vargas say that they would have represent, if that makes sense. So saying, look, everything's mixed, but my sheet fucking mixed. So I think it's going okay. It's like, I don't want to do it because I know I can do it, so I'd rather it just be done. I didn't eat my pizza though. I ate my potato wedges. Chris would be so proud. Chris would be so proud. I know, I framed. See, this picture is what? 12 by 8, and then I had it framed and now it looks enormous. It looks like we died in a horrific car accident or something. It's framed like this. Bought the frame the other day. I'm a big fan of silver frames, so even in this room I have about 4 different silver frames in different styles, but it's all silver frames. This is a theme I can keep up for a very long time. My end game, as we know, is currently Emma's favourite word. It's like a mantelpiece full of pictures in silver frames. If you watch the Scony Jonies, you may know where I'm getting this from a little bit. But also, you know, a grand piano with frames all over it. Welcome to Emma's imagination. In light of last video, yes, I would much rather stress about things that ultimately at this moment in time do not matter, such as how I'm gonna renovate my cinema room, rather than deal with my actual current problems. So yes, I would rather start stressing about what, you know, colour fireworks I want at my wedding, rather than actually deal with all of the things that are stressing me out right now. Maybe it's because I have stressy energy and I'd rather channel it into something completely unproductive rather than actually stressing and doing something about the thing that is imminent. I thought YouTube was about self-glorification rather than calling you out on your own shit. Clearly I'm doing YouTube well. Ugh. This is the one thing though now, it just kind of... And now I haven't styled it again. I haven't even washed it again. I'll do that tomorrow after I submit it. I'll treat myself to a shower. Students can relate. Guess who watching whose videos I've got this from now. Oh dear. Also, so many YouTubers that I watch have cut their hair quite dramatically recently. Hannah went and chopped loads of her hair off. She actually donated it. So I think probably gonna... I calculated by looking at my own videos how long it takes my hair to grow out, and when I cut it, you know, really short and then went to like past boob length, I think that was about a year and a bit. But I think I had haircuts in the meantime, so if I didn't do that I could probably grow it out quite long again in like a year. She donated it to the Little Princesses Trust. I'll leave a link to them down below if you guys like want to get on board with this. I probably want to do some fundraising around it. But this is all for like in a year's time, but obviously this is me stressing and planning so I don't have to deal with my imminent stuff. See what I mean about self-reflection, self-awareness and self-analysing, because you gotta like look at yourself to realise, why am I doing this? Because there usually is a rational answer. Why are you talking to the camera? Because part of me can't be bothered to get up to go to the kitchen to have food, because if that means I have to deal with the washing and laundry that's also there, and I don't want to do that. Therefore, I'm gonna just do this because I also don't want to run my mess. And I guess, like I've said, this is therapy. This picture of Chris and I, like we're like 18 on this. I'm almost 21. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm staring at this too much. If you guys didn't know, so this video goes up like 3 days before we've been together for 4 years. I'm really excited about this. I saw him this weekend and I kept going, 4, like in his face. Having lots of fun. The tones of this picture. This is definitely on my Instagram somewhere, but I love this picture. My mum was actually the one who was like, Emma, you should frame it. So I did. I really want to know how many of you have it open as a podcast right now. Should I just do podcasts instead of videos? Would that suit everyone as well? I've got 2,000 words in my draft. It looks pretty put together. This is like an incredibly late stage of any essay writing. I think that's weird because I keep thinking about how long this took over the holidays, and this was just like done. I think I'm doing okay. Oh, and I haven't even done all my full references yet. It's gonna be a lot easier if I get to a position where I need to cut things. I think I mentioned that my lecturer's currently in Mozambique. So I can't even like message them to be like, hey, formatting. Don't know what I'm doing. But I feel like in the last lecture, because I was like, I haven't done any of this, I don't know. In the last lecture, I think it was by how people reacted to certain things and asked the questions they asked, made me more like aware that they don't actually know what's going on that much. Which is always reassuring when you have no idea how much you're getting versus everyone else, when people don't say things. Because the thing is, like, you don't know how much someone else knows. If I don't say anything, how would you know? If you're in a class and you feel like you're the stupidest one there, don't worry, because someone else probably has also got no idea what's going on. And also, it's okay to ask questions. This is one thing of me being like, I don't want to say something to look like I'm stupid, because we all know my biggest insecurity is being a fucking idiot. I'm just so pleased that I managed to get some of my complet stuff in there. Being like, you shouldn't. You should do. Yeah. I'm gonna go have dinner now. This is enough procrastinating. And I've got way loads left over for tomorrow, so that'll be breakfast and lunch sorted to keep me going. And yes, I did double check. My deadline is in fact tomorrow, the 27th. On my document, I've got the 28th written down, so that would have been an absolute disaster. So always double check your deadlines. And I'm gonna watch this video. I'm very pleased and far too excited about this. Why do I just have like this one random sock on the floor? I mean, there was many, but this one doesn't belong in any pile because I've washed these colours already. So it's 10 o'clock, 18 hours until my essay is due in. Hopefully gonna sleep for 8 of those. Got 2,000 words. Definitely got enough quotes. I also don't know how to quote popular songs, so that's... I don't know how I do that. Not every referencing system has a way you reference those things. Cannot wait. Style my hair. This is going to be the bane of my... This hair is just going to always be just these bits. Well, Emma, you wanted framing around your face. That's what you got. Right. Let's make this essay my bitch. Also, I do just want to make sure you know, this is my third bottle of water. 1.5 litres. No, 6, 12, 18, almost 2 litres of water that I drank. It's really easy when it's like this. So easy. And I put another load of washing on. So now I have clean clothes, mainly underwear. So you wanted authenticity? Here it is, I suppose. It's 11 o'clock. Don't worry, I haven't just started writing. I'm really close to finishing actually. Even if I have too many words at the moment. See, it's like really almost there. It's very, very chunky. It's chunky. So breakfast and back to work. So I've got 1,300 of the 2,000 words submittable, so it'll be fine. The only thing is as well, like I'm leaving the original Portuguese in, so I don't need to faff around with like finding translations and whatever. Google translated it so I got the gist, but then I don't want to bother with being like, where did you get my the translation from? Because if I spoke Portuguese I would just do like own translation, but I can't do that. So I'm leaving it with translations in, but in a different colour to remind myself to take it out later, so it is kind of messing around with my word count. But I think it's only like 80 words, so I just need to remind myself. So really, I'm only 90 words over the word count. Right, breakfast. It's, you guessed it, pizza. Yeah, I did more laundry and thank God. I was so worried about this skirt getting like weird colours. No, it's gone well. Yay. Is this the level of intrigue my life is at now? I get excited about sharing laundry endeavours with people. I keep saying I need to reevaluate because I think I really do. Weirdly now my hair is currently at its dirtiest. It looks decent. Or maybe I'm like quite delusional at this point. The plants are sunbathing on the windowsill again. Right. We have 3 hours until the deadline. I've got 2,200 words. Still too many. 1,751 words are like submittable. Basically only got 200 words left to do. I don't think it's gonna do terribly. I don't know if it's gonna be like fast all over obviously, but like I don't think it's gonna drag me down massively, which is good. The one thing I've always noticed is modules in which I don't have like an inherent like passion or like knowledge of already, I tend to do worse. A lot of the time I've stuck with stuff that I knew. I almost can like guarantee myself like a minimum mark. Almost finished talking about all of the 2 sambas because I was looking at 2 sambas by 2 very different composers. And then I do think I'm going to look at Carmen Miranda's music, but more her as a cultural figure, supposed to represent Brazil, but genetically she's not Brazilian, but so much emphasis has been put on the genetics of Brazil and what that means and the literal face of Brazil. That's where I'm going with this. And then I've already written a bit about Disney. I know I got to write about Disney in an essay, how exciting. I just need to do my conclusion and then I'm done. And proofread this because it's like the last hurdle and I can never be bothered to proofread, but I know how important it is. I do just want you to know I have watched a lot of pointless videos when I should have been working. It's like a weird, that's why I'm sat here now, because in bed it's like a weird reflex of like, oh, I'm gonna click on Google, oh, I'm gonna click on YouTube, oh, I'm gonna click on, oh, YouTube, oh, a 10-minute video. I can't commit to that. I'll watch this 5-minute video. Oh, just one more 5-minute video. Oh, this one's only 3 minutes. Oh, this one's 1 minute. Oh, you know, this is just 6 minutes. And then suddenly it was half an hour. And now I'm using this to procrastinate. And I'll use it again to procrastinate as I edit it instead of doing whatever work I'm supposed to be doing. Right, back to work. So I'm done. 2,145 words. The translations that I need to take out, and now I need to fill in everything and I need to proofread it because I think my conclusion's also a bit crap. But yeah, if I submitted this right now, it wouldn't God, what would it be? At least 2-2. Yeah, I wouldn't fail this. That would be nice. So now you know, I'm gonna polish the turd. Polish the turd to the best I can in 2 hours. Yeah. My initial plan was to like maybe have my mum proofread it. I don't even think that's necessary. Am I just getting cocky at this point? Because the other thing is, when you write a really long essay, you spend so much time with it that it's just really hard to see when things have actually gone wrong. But I think because this is all very new to me, I'm a bit more aware, and like I've explained, probably over-explained things. I'm just obviously worried about the classic you just described, you didn't analyse. I have 33 footnotes, which makes me happy. I am done now. Like if I really wanted to, I suppose I could submit it. And I've got all the like, you know, all the like official documenty bits done. I'm just copying and pasting my lecturer's name into the form so that I know I haven't spelt it wrong. That everything is done. I've done the bibliography, everything is standardised, everything is idemmed and ibided when necessary. There's so much idem, ibid, ibid. If you want a quick lesson, idem is when it's the same work by the same author in a following footnote, and use ibid if it's exactly the same page, the same author work, same page, so that you don't have to put like Shaw page 157 3 times. You can just write ibid, ibid, ibid. I've spelt things correctly. It looks pretty good. Those 2 pages above are the form, but 1 page is like my, I guess for my dyslexia stuff, and then ooh, double spaced. Don't forget to double space your essays, kids. Ooh, double spaced. Ooh, ooh. Oh, it's so beautiful. Also, yeah, this is what I mean with the like, idem and ibid, if you guys were wondering. Mum's ignoring me, so I guess I'm on my own. I haven't, oh no, Mum's rung me back. Damn it, 7 minutes ago. She was on the plane. I don't know where my parents are. So it's a thing where you're sat here like, and it's ready, and I'm like, if only, you know, if I had just 1 more day. I work really well under pressure. Don't believe people who say that. We're just being lazy. Like that is a fact about this. You procrastinate until the last freaking second. It's not that you work well under pressure. Don't spread these lies, especially to yourself. Again, so our YouTubers are meant to like, you know, glorify and immortalise ourselves rather than call ourselves out on our own bull. Shit. It's like in my head. So about 50 minutes. Bet you that I'm gonna proofread this, submit it, and I'm gonna let my mum read it just to make sure that to like calm me down about it. And then she'll be like, Emma, you substituted this massive word that you haven't noticed that you did. And it's like, oh. I kept doing identify instead of identity, peruse instead of pursue. God, people just can't understand how like inconvenient dyslexia can be when you're trying to like get your degree, because you just look dumb. But it's like I can't see it. It requires so much brain power. And then in other things, people are then shocked that I'm like a perfectionist and a bit obsessive, and like it's like second nature to quadruple fucking check things. So no, I don't make mistakes. It'll be fun. It's done, it's over, made the deadline. Very chill, like. The problem is, it just reinforces my entire attitude of me going, it'll be fine, because it always is. I have submitted things like a minute, 2 minutes before a deadline. I'm like, okay, 20 minutes. Want to go eat my ice cream. My mum is now reading it, but there are definitely no major errors. Most of it I wrote fully awake. I think it's fine. I think some of my points were very good, but then is my point that I made descriptive because it's historically true, or is my point analytical? You see the thing here with history. That's why I don't do this. This is why I like literature, where everything is subjective and you can basically always argue something else, which I don't necessarily think is the same with like history. I'm sure Ophelia would disagree. My mum's trying to change a fucking apostrophe. I mean, no. See, this is what I mean by like little errors. If you can just have another pair of eyes on your work, it really doesn't matter who, it's gonna help you. You could have somebody explain to you how apostrophes work and then pass it on to me. That would be nice. So far, there's an apostrophe, a comma, and I put one too many as. Why do I feel like I've done fuck all, but then I'm like, oh, but this is an essay in front of me. This doesn't work. Yay. It's like peeling off a plaster, but like of work. The Wi-Fi doesn't seem to be wanting to work. Can we just not? What do you mean error? This is like the worst thing that could happen. What if I hadn't done it in time? Like, what if I was trying to submit it for the first time now? Mum has lost Wi-Fi, so am I going to completely re-upload this document for the sake of changing an apostrophe, an a, and a comma? And I realised that I forgot to space something. How did I forget to space something out? That's just stupid. Basically, my bibliography was in completely the wrong place. Save. Now it is worth re-uploading. I'm glad I saw that. Where the hell have I written propaganda wrong? Ah, no, I even spelled the Portuguese wrong. Ah! See? I can't spot this shit! I would like to thank you all for coming on this journey with me. It'll be fun. Definitely not the worst thing I've ever handed in. I'm just worried at the moment with all my essays about the weighting of analytical versus descriptive, because some things I thought were very descriptive have sometimes been analytical, and some things I thought were very analytical haven't been, you know, not. So last term, with everything we got back from like over Christmas, nobody was very happy with it. I spoke to quite a few people and they were like, yeah, I feel like I'm suddenly stupider. I'm like, that's how I feel. Well, can't go stupider, right? Once I get my mark. Regardless of what it is, I will pop it in the description 2 weeks after this video goes up. Right. Right, just grab an all my jazz. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.